What's going on, fam? Hope everybody's doing fantastic out there today. Welcome to a traditional Tuesday. I feels like I haven't filmed a traditional Tuesday in forever. I know I just had one not too long ago with the Kunwu Geezer. But it feels like I said, it feels like it's been forever since I've done one. This is one, again, thanks to our friends at Smoky Mountain Knife Works. This knife was not provided by them, but it did come from them. So I did purchase this from Smoky Mountain. So shout out to those guys, all those folks out there, fantastic people. This is one of their companies. This is Queen Knives USA, so it is a USA-made traditional. Yeah, it does come in a tin. You get a little piece of foam in there. It comes with a pouch wrapped in butcher paper, all the typical stuff with a traditional. Now it does have a warranty card here, and you are free to read that at any point in time. You can pause that and whatever. So it is a lifetime warranty on this stuff. Now let's go ahead and get into the knife itself. Get this out of the way. Now I'm going to go ahead and apologize. This thing is going to be absolutely covered in fingerprints. It's almost impossible to play with this knife, handle this knife at all, and not just absolutely coat it in fingerprints. So for the purposes of this video, I'll try to keep that to a minimum. But normal, everyday life, it is just going to happen. So, yeah, it is what it is. But here we have the large Barlow from Queen Cutlery. Or Queen Knives, excuse me. So this is the amber winter bottom bone. You do have really beautiful nickel silver bolsters, a satin 1095 blade, nickel silver pins with shield there, and then brass liners. So again, this is a natural material, so there are going to be some differentiation between the sides. So just keep that in mind, but we'll go into a close-up here in just a moment. So you will see this does kind of share some resemblance to, I believe, Bear & Sons Barlow. So none of this is confirmed, but from what I understand, this knife very well may be manufactured alongside those Barlows at Bear & Sons. So still USA made, but these guys are OEMing the knives for Smoky Mountain, for lack of a better word. I do know, officially that Smoky Mountain uses multiple different U.S. manufacturers to make various models of their Queen Cutlery. So I can't verify 100% if it is Bear & Sons, but I mean, just you can see the DNAs there. But I do know that they use several different manufacturers, several different OEMs for making the Queen Cutlery knives. So just keep that in mind, that you may see some similarities coming through. But either way, really fantastic job on these knives. I really don't have any issues. Now, I did have this one, when I got this knife, it did have a defect. I actually didn't even notice it when I did the original unboxing, so that's why this is a little bit delayed. So I did have to send this knife off for a small QC issue. And I think it actually happened during shipping, but I'm not sure, how or when it happened or what happened there. But there was a small chip in the blade, but that was quickly taken care of. Well, I can't say quickly because FedEx dropped the ball and took a week and a half to ship it after I dropped it off to them. I don't know if they lost my package or what, but it finally arrived at Smoky Mountain, and then they got it turned around and back out to me super, super quick. So thank you to those guys for that. But let's jump into a close-up here. So here you can see the winter bottom bone. So it's almost like I don't know if you want to call it a saw cut or what, but it's a very interesting texture there on the bone. Pins are not proud at all. They feel really nice. Really cool little shield there. Everything looks great. Your lines here on your bolsters are fantastic. Really nice high polish on the bolsters. No gapping on the back side here. Everything looks really good. Come around on the other side here. Again, no proud pins, no snags or anything like that. Again, your lines are really nice. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the back spring here. So you do have a little bit of an elevated back spring in the half stop position. Not too bad, but a little bit of elevated back spring there. And then in closed position, it is flush again, perfectly flush. And everything is still aligned very well. Take a look at the insides here. So all that brass looks really nice. You do have a traditional kick there. You don't have a stop hand, so it is a traditional kick. And so a legitimately traditional knife. take a look at our plunge grind. Plunge grind is done really well. You do have a little bit of sharpening room there, a nice little choil, so to speak. There you can see your Queen USA logo. Got a long pull. Swedged barlow. I love the sheep's foot barlow. Sharpening looks to be really good. Looks like we might be a little shallow right here. Just a little bit of difference on the heel of the blade, not too bad. And what about that tip? How's that tip looking? Tip looks to be pretty good. Yeah, not too shabby. So where the one that I had, there was a nick in the blade right around here. A very small nick. I did not notice it until after my first unboxing video. And that's the one I noticed it. And it wouldn't have looked good in the video here, and it wasn't fair to me to have a nicked blade. So again, I just reached out to their customer service department, let them know what was going on, sent them a couple of pictures, and they said no problem. They sent me the RMA number and everything, sent me the prepaid, label and all that stuff, and all I had to do was print it out, put it in a box, and send it back to them. Like I said, it's not their fault. FedEx did drop the ball. It took a little while. I actually messaged the person I was working with and said, hey, I just checking with you. I haven't heard anything back. It's been a little bit. And she said, well, did you use the right label, because we're not showing that it's even shipped yet? I said, yeah, I definitely used the right label. So then I personally reached out to FedEx the very next day and said, hey, what's going on? They said, oh, well, the package was, misplaced. We found the package. The package is now out. So it shipped out that day. And like I said, as soon as Smoky Mountain got it, they brought it back, got it back out to me extremely quickly. So anyway, back to the knife itself. Really, really nice job here. It is pretty damn centered. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Let me zoom in here. I don't know if I actually showed this or not. So it's pretty daggone straight right down the barrel there. I don't think you can get much better than that. Yeah, I don't think you can get much better than that. And that is definitely something that you look for on these knives. Now, in the hand, it is really nice. I mean, it's a large barlow. These things are sweet. Now, this particular version is not available any longer. So this one is a 3-inch barlow. It's a 3-inch blade, 7-inch overall. So the other versions I want to talk about here today are 3 3/4, or at least it says on their website it's 3 3/4 and 7 3/4. So keep that in mind. Those numbers might be off a little bit, but this one here is a 3-inch barlow, 1095 high carbon steel. So it will patina over time. I do already have some wicked wax on this one just to kind of help prevent that. Pull strength on this one is not too light and not too heavy. It's kind of right in that sweet spot for me. Walk and talk is fine. It's not going to be super snappy because it's a larger blade and it's not a heavy pull. But the detents, the stops are good. The stops are really solid on it, so no issues there. You could almost prefer a little bit heavier pull, but I mean, it's really not bad. I really don't mind it at all. It reminds me a lot of my the beg slip joints that I have as far as the pull strength. So really good for just a easy to get out, easy to flick open, to pull open. You're not trying to rip your fingers off trying to get the blade out, and it's easy enough to close that it's not an issue. You can close it one-handed almost without even really thinking about it. And again, like I said, in hand, it's phenomenal. Just it fits in the hand really well. You get that 50-50 grip, and it puts that butt of that barlow right in your hand, and you can lock in. You've got a ton of power behind your cuts there. You can get in and do some really close-up work, or you can put in some power out there at the tip. If you need to do some draw cuts, you can certainly do so really well, again, with that sheep's foot blade. So, yeah, anyway, let me know what you guys think on this one. Like I said, this is the only one. I don't think this one isn't available anymore. I think these were a limited release. I don't know if they were just something where they were just doing a short run of them or what, but they do offer 3 current versions of this. So this one, when it came out, was $57 or $58 for the 1095. Now they do offer 3 other variants: a burlap micarta variant, a carbon fiber variant, and a stag variant. The cheapest is the burlap micarta at $65. Now the changes are that because they're larger ones, they have a pocket clip now, and instead of being $10.95, they're M390 steel. Still USA made and everything, but M390 steel, burlap micarta, and with a pocket clip, you're looking at $65. And then for $80, you can get the carbon fiber version, and then the stag is $85. Personally, I'd go with the burlap micarta for $65. That's a steal of a deal on something that big of a slip joint, a 3 3/4 inch blade, for $65. M390. That's insane, being USA made as well. Just absolutely incredible. So yeah, that's all I got for you on this one. As always, I appreciate each and every one of you. Please remember to be kind, be humble, and be EDC. Y'all take care.